Hi! Today I'm going to show you how to make a striking autumn card using the rubber cement resist technique with the Stampin' Up! Gather Together stamp set. Resist techniques are when you use a product to prevent ink from being applied, and today that product is rubber cement. I'm Shelley Godby, the owner and CEO of Stamping Smiles, and for 18 years I've been teaching others how to create their own hand stamp smiles. So let's get to some resisting with the Gather Together stamp set. Here's a closer view of the Gather Together stamp set we'll be using today for our rubber cement resist technique. And even though we're not using them, I want you to see that there are coordinating dies. These are the Gathered Leaves dies. Both of these are from the 2019 Stampin' Up! Holiday Catalog. And when you order the two of them together using the special bundle item number I've listed right here, you'll save 10% on both. Yeah, savings is always good. So I want to show you something real quickly from the 2019-2020 Stampin' Up! Catalog, how this came about. One of my sweet stampers sent me an email and asking how did they get all that green around that thanks and leave it white? Because, you know, trimming all of that out, if we were to do the masking technique, look how fine that is. That would just about drive you crazy, wouldn't it? And so Stampin' Up! Provides demonstrators with a list of the supplies. It's not a list that needs to be published. It's not pretty a lot of times, the pictures, but they do give us the list, which is really nice because then I can answer a question like that. And so when I went and I read the rubber cement resist technique, I thought, okay, I hadn't tried that and couldn't wait to try it and then show you. Okay, so what we're going to do is I fooled around with it and I started and I made a card and with the Over the Moon stamp set, and it's really cute. And I'll be sharing that in my blog soon, but I really wanted to play with this. And so I didn't want a white leaf, and so I thought, wait a minute, I wonder if it'll work with designer paper. Isn't this a beautiful, and I've got some great fall colors going on. This is one of the patterns from the See a Silhouette Designer Series paper. So we're going to use this. Okay, so we've got our maple leaf, beautiful, beautiful maple leaf, my favorite leaves, and the leaves with the dies are awfully nice too. And my tuxedo black Memento ink pad. Okay, so let's get this good and inked up. And I like to look and make sure. There we go. And what we want to do is resist and allow the color that I'm stamping here to show. Okay, so I'll press down, press everywhere. Here we go. Fantastic. Okay, and so then we'll put this lid on and set that aside. And a quick swipe of my stamping sleeves that are protecting not only from smudging the ink on my card, they're protecting my long sleeves of my shirt. So next we need our rubber cement, and here we go. The Elmer's No Wrinkle Rubber Cement. And here's what I did. I just took the lid and got it out of the way. And I'm not going to try to use the big brush in here. That'd be really hard to control. I just have an inexpensive paintbrush. And we'll step in here, pick up some of that. Now you don't want to string because you don't want it to get other places. And I just place some of it down. And what I learned playing with this was a thin layer didn't do it. I needed a good bit. So let me just get some out of here and then we'll move it around. Yeah, I got my rubber cement at Walmart and it was $6 or so. And so I got looking on Amazon. I found it for under $4. I'll have a link for you under the video. Okay, so my paintbrush, I'm going to get up into here, into those little tips. And this paintbrush, even though I washed it out right after I was done, it got stiff, but I'm liking it for this technique. And the first one I was using was just too big. If I wanted to get into this detail like this, I needed something fine. Okay, so let's get some more. So really easy to do. You take your time, and because the ink is going to resist, and that means it just won't stick to it. So you just want to be careful. when you get around the edges inside here, I was able to spread it around, but you know, you get out here. So then I took a little bit, because I didn't want my stem filled in either. There we go. Now I didn't put on as thick out on the stem because I was pretty sure I wouldn't be able to do it well, but that seemed to be enough. Okay. And another thing about this technique, when I was playing with it, on the doorbell rang on one of them, and I had to stop, and it came back no problem. That's nice. And I think the phone rang on another one, because I had been playing around, like I said, with the Over the Moon stamp set. I mean, that worked out really well. I've got all that color around my white cow. But I wanted to play with my Gather Together stamp set. You know, it's just so much fun to play with new things. Okay. All right, so we're getting that. Let me look in the light. Oh, yeah. And then it even starts to dry. And so you're not sure you got there, so I just go back and put some more. And I just look and make sure I got it everywhere. And what I like about this, it says no wrinkle, and as heavy as I put it down, it didn't get wrinkled. You know, I already did this. I know I did because I was carefully doing that. So anyway, fill it all in, and you can let it air dry. When I'm crafting, I just want to keep moving along. So what I did, instead of letting it air dry, oh, got some glue on me. I used my heat tool on the setting for drying, not for embossing. So I did that just so I could move on. And I'll just save a little bit of time and noise. Here we go. I have one. This one's all done and dry. It's still tacky, because I wasn't sure, but it is still tacky, but it still worked out just fine. So what I need underneath me is some scrap paper. Here we go. And I'm going to use Poppy Parade because that's one of the colors in my Sia Silhouette paper. All right. And so I was hoping, I thought, oh, I hope this works. I wanted to make this more obvious, but not cover up completely all of that color, if that makes sense. I wanted to still be able to see some of that, the variation of the color surrounding it. So here it is, my Poppy Parade. Let's pick that up, slide it in, quick swipe. Okay. And I have a sponge brayer. And what we're going to do is roll across the pad. Okay. You're loading up your brush. If you go back and forth, you'll only get ink. Look in that half. So load it up. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. Okay. This is really easy. We're just using the one color. And we're going to fill in all around it. And so you can, it's getting deeper. Look how much deeper it's getting. Okay. And you want to go off the edge. Go off the edge, start off the edge and keep rolling past it. Because if not, if you start at the edge, you'll end up with a really dark blob right there. Does that, you know, so roll. All right. Well, tapping won't do me any good. I gotta roll it. We come up here and do a little bit more. Oh, fantastic. I was so excited when it worked on my designer series paper. Okay, so we're done, and I did get a little rambunctious, a little push. And see, this is where my stamping sleeves are good too, because I've got ink on here from the roller, so I'm not, when I pull that out, there we go, and close it, I can wipe it on here. And I'll have a link under the video. This is something my mom and I came up with. And I'll have a link under the video where you can learn more and order some if you'd like, if you're tired of smudging your handmade cards. Okay, so see, we're going to now take, this is the fun part, and get this going by rubbing. Here we go. Isn't that the fun part of rubber cement? See how this is still wet? Because it won't allow the ink to dry on it, but it's preserving underneath all of this color. And I thought, oh, because it did just fine on my Whisper White cardstock, and I thought, I wonder if it'll pull up any of the pattern from my designer paper, but it didn't. Oh, look at that. See, now you're starting to see more where we have more of the crushed curry. And so it's getting to be more prominent around it. I just love this part. It is so much fun. As a kid, playing with glue. I remember putting it on our hands and letting it dry and peeling it off. I don't know. we were easily amused, and this makes me feel like a grade school kid. Rubbing this off too. There we go, and look, here's some more over here. And I could have put the color down even deeper around it, so the deeper you go, the more that our design underneath would stand out against it. But I just love this. Now with this stamp set, you know, we do have the dies. So you could have die cut this and then put it on the designer paper that you inked up. But I just wanted to show this technique, and I just think this worked out so well. I just love it. Look at that, how easy. And again, swipe on my stamping sleeves. Pretty cool, huh? So we've got all that beautiful variation of color in there. We still have some out there, but it's deep enough that that stands out really, really well. So what I want to do is show you a finished handmade card. So it depends on where you get on the paper. This one had more yellow in the pattern, and look at that. And the wishing you well, that's also from the Gather Together stamp set. And so I put this up in the corner and gave it some color, some crushed curry cardstock in basic black, and then my crinkled crushed curry seam binding ribbon. And so I'll have a list of all the supplies under the video and a link to my blog with all of the measurements if you'd like to make my Gather Together rubber cement resist card. And if you enjoy my videos and like learning new techniques, go and join Stamping Playground. It's my membership site. Every week, my Stamping Playground friends get an exclusive video, and I do a variety of projects. One week it'll be a 3D project, technique project, fun fold, and then just something I want to do because I love making cards. So go check it out, www.stampingplayground.com. We'd love to have you join us. If you'd like to make my Gather Together card using the rubber cement resist technique, all the supplies are listed below the video and available to order now in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. And if you'd like more of my stamping tips, well, I invite you to subscribe to the Stampers Insider. It's your free stamping source for inspiration, information, and ideas. Just go now to www.thestampersinsider.com to subscribe. I'm Shelley Godby, teaching you how to create hand-stamped smiles. Thanks for watching.